what can I do with an NFT besides saying I own this pixelated image that I can easily Control-C, Control-V? Very valid question. I'm here to answer that question. I'm not going to do this whole Mona Lisa example that every NFT explainer seems to jump into and say, well, you can take a picture of the Mona Lisa. It doesn't mean you actually own the Mona Lisa. The actual Mona Lisa exists. Blah, 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 blah. That only applies to people that care about art ownership, people that can afford to spend hundreds of dollars on a pixelated picture. People don't like spending money on art to begin with. You think they're going to spend money on digitalized art? It's a hard sell for the mass adoption. You need to have real world utility. So while I've worked in this space for some time now, let me tell you some examples of actual cool utility and the projects that are presenting them through this venue. Number one, Red Panda Squad. It's this pixelated image of a red panda, and people that are obsessed with red pandas, they have raised a bunch of money through their initial mint, and they're using that to create things like an animated show with this red panda as a character in the show. By owning a NFT, you get to participate in the creation of this animated show. There's also a merch line where you could get a plushie, a toy of this red panda, but you can only be able to build a bear, this little cute plushie toy, based on the NFT you own. So let's say you own the special rainbow red panda, which wouldn't make sense because I guess red pandas are red, but point being, let's say you own the special rainbow red panda. You will be the only one that's able to order the merch that's designed after that NFT that you own. You can imagine that the opportunities are endless depending on what you're doing. You could have this on a toy basis if you own a specific Star Wars clone, for example, and only you're able to get the minifigure that is designed after that NFT. Think about that endless possibility. Second example, and many also do this, and this is definitely not saying that these are the only projects doing this kind of stuff, but Toasty Turds, who I've also talked to, their founder, they are really passionate about the environment, hence Toasty Turds, and they've used a part of their mint to donate to a cause of the organization's choice. So if you have a piece, if you have the NFT, then you get to take vote in how this funding, the money that you raised collectively, is spent, and they have other plans to donate to other organizations in the future. And this is tangible, real cash that is being thrown into these organizations that make a difference, a real difference in the real world, only doable through people coming together and raising massive amounts of funds by owning these NFTs. Skeleton Crew, a phenomenal example, also have spoken to their founders who are phenomenal people. They're really passionate about independent art. So they actually have used their token holders, the NFT holders, and have what we call airdrop, literally kind of like airdropping off your iPhone, airdropping independent artist work to owners of Skeleton Crew NFTs. That is crazy cool. So if you are an owner of the Skeleton Crew NFT, which is technically independent art to begin with, you're probably passionate about other independent art. You get to use that ownership to get more exposure into other independent artists, which you wouldn't have known otherwise. Kind of like a membership card into a never-ending array of museum exhibits. And they're expanding beyond that and featuring different independent artists, bringing in more collections, and using that network to really distribute their understanding, their knowledge, their network itself of very highly qualified artists. Last shout out that I want to give is to the Holidayverse, which is an upcoming project created by the Walk Off the Earth team. Currently a fan, always been a fan, childhood fan of, I'm sure you guys have seen the giant guitar video. Also partnering with Ross, who is a big Hollywood dude who does animated movies and stuff featured on Netflix, and Pete, who is a big name in the Solana NFT general space to begin with on the technical side. Basically, if you own this NFT, they're dropping ornaments before Christmas of part of their Holidayverse collection. You get to participate in creating a real life animated movie day 2. You get this NFT and you're literally part of the community that is building a movie together, and they're gonna voice actor hire, and I might actually even go for this because I kind of have a cool voice. You get to be part of this, and people are going to be part of this community, and they're going to vote who gets to play what part, how the story is driven, what the art is going to look like, have discourse, and be able to participate in building a movie, which most of us in our lifetime will never be able to do, but now you can do that through buying a JPEG. So it really has kind of turned the paradigm in itself, and it's not what can you possibly do with a JPEG, it's what can you possibly do with a JPEG. And obviously there has already been mass adoption, mainstream stuff like Post Malone doing that Pong game thing where you can do virtual Pong if you, or buy into the NFT, and other bigger names that are trying to get into the space. I think Disney is doing something on their own where you get to own a piece of their collection. Essentially, NFTs is much beyond owning the pixelated image, and yes, you can Control-C, Control-V what you have, but the real world utility is where it's going to be really fun, and I think slowly but surely high quality projects are going to come into the space, especially in Solana, which is what I'm part of. Maybe I'll launch a Brian John NFT where you get to own a picture of me, a picture of my face, and get an hour of my time every month, or get to hang out with me in New York City when I move there. Maybe I'm just going crazy. If you guys have cool NFTs, send them my way. You know where to find me, at the Brian John. via Twitter DM, and my Solana Phantom address is brianjun.sol. Send me cool stuff. I love owning JPEGs. Thanks you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you want to hear about, what you want to learn about within the NFT space, within life in general. I hope you guys are finishing strong of 2021, and I will see you guys next time. Let's go.